我食飯嘅時陣，
When I dine, when I eat,
忽然間冇夠劈啊，
there's
啲
not,
plate 冇夠，
let's say there's not enough plate in my house.
冇夠茄菜啊，
Not enough to fill in the
忽然間記得，
I suddenly recall,
教會今時每一個嘅頭祭拜有小聖餐，
don't we have Holy Communion every month?
咱拌餅嘅時候，今日也在劈啲
We use lots of plates to distribute the bread, right?
啊，牧師你話嚟茄菜，
How about getting all of those things and then put them to fill our food?
節國嘅迎接拜，
Since they're used only once a month,
我做嚟用29年，
then I can use it for 29 days.
心時間好，
Isn't that useful?
叫做 practical。
I must say that's very practical.
No，
That's not the case.
但你叫做分別追星嘅時陣，
Because every time you speak of something being consecrated,
就是只有上帝能使用這個物件。
it's only God who can use those things.
人看見嗰人是有淡薄叫做折脫物件、撒樣物件，
Maybe from a human point of view, you find it very excessive, very wasteful.
但是這個物件已經分別好上帝嘅時陣，
But I must say these are all already objects
就
consecrated by God.
無人有能繼續使用這個物件。
Thus, never should anybody violate and use them.
當你將你嘅生命獻落上帝嘅時陣，
If your life is consecrated,
這個世界就無能用你嘅生命。
then this world should not use your life.
這個唔是普通嘅戰爭，
This is no ordinary
這個
battle.
是分別追星嘅戰爭。
It is a consecrated battle.
因為上帝講這項大字，
Because God said
第6章第18到19節，
in chapter 6, 18 to
上帝
19,
戰咗講，你就衰你，就衰你，唔通對這個當滅嘅物件，家下對到這個當滅嘅物件，連累全以色列全野，好全野受招咗，金銀銅鐵，攏總歸乎耶和華追星，列記耶和華嘅榜嘅裏面，副榜嘅裏面。
but keep away from the devoted things so that you will not bring about your own destruction by taking any of them. Otherwise, you will make the camp of Israel liable to destruction and bring trouble on it. All the silver and gold and the articles of bronze and iron are sacred to the Lord and must go into his treasury.
即係由你講寫裏面攏總嘅物件，
Within the walls of Jericho,
有當放喺燒，攏總燒了了；
everything that you can burn, you have to burn them down.
有當提死，攏總提死了了
If。there are things that should be killed, they should be killed.
攏總金銀寶石，攏總獻落上帝。
However, silver, gold, and all articles of bronze and iron, they go to a treasury.
冇一個物件，
Not a single item,
冇一領紗，
not a single piece of
冇
gold,
一個金，
not a single piece of gold
人總跳起。
can anybody take it. 因為
這個寫是獻給上帝，分別追星給上帝。
Because this wall, this city is already consecrated, it's already offered only to God.
只有上帝能使用這個物件。
Only God can make use of these ordinary
人
objects.
看見可能有淡薄撒樣，
This time you will find things a little wasted.
咁啊辦起燒了了呢？
Why do we have to burn things up?
我
And
就明
when,
白這真正重要嘅代志。
then I suddenly understand something.
真正解脫，還是真正水，是看你怎樣看這項代志。
How, whether you call that something very beautiful or something very excessive, it depends on how you look at it.
你記得耶穌嘅時代，
Remember, during Jesus' time,
有一個姊妹叫做瑪利亞，
there's a sister named Mary.
用一罐嘅香膏獻給耶穌，
He offered an alabaster jar of perfume for Jesus.
將這個香膏完全一擺獻給耶穌，
She offered it to Jesus once and for all.
將這個真正貴嘅玉板攏派去，
She broke the very expensive alabaster jar.
30兩嘅銀子，
It's about 30 pieces of silver.
是當時一個人一年嘅工資。
That's about a wage for a year.
所以結果有人講浪費、折脫、撒樣，
So many people commented and say it's very wasteful, it's excessive.
但係耶穌講什麼
What did Jesus say?
？No，這是一件真正水嘅代志。
In fact, Jesus said it is such a beautiful thing.
有人講是浪費，有人講是真水嘅代志。
People say it's wasteful, some people say it's beautiful.
三項代志，
It's the same object,
人嘅看法，
two viewpoints.
即講是 great 撒樣，
Some people say it's a waste.
即係種 beautiful thing。
Some people say it's such a beauty.
看你用多隻角度嚟看這項代志，
This time it all depends on the viewpoint that you have.
啲物質嘅角度嚟看
From a materialistic point of view,
，yes，這是撒樣撒樣，
it is really wasteful.
一擺用了了，
Because you use it up just once.
真撒樣，
I find it very wasteful.
放起燒了了，
If you burn things down,
真撒樣。
I find it very wasteful.
對物質嚟看是撒樣，
From a materialistic point of view, it's wasteful.
但是
However,
對聽主嘅角度嚟看
if viewed from the point of view of loving God,
，it's a beautiful thing。
I must say it's a beautiful thing.
因為聽主嘅原因，
Because of love,
這個物件只有獻給上帝。
this thing can only be offered and total to God.
無人配得接受這個物件，
No one deserves this thing in its completeness.
因為聽
Because of love,
總是未嘥樣。
because of love, nothing is wasteful.
但你聽一個人嘅時陣，
When you love someone,
你小看咪？
come to think
等
about it.
機，等你 in love 嘅時陣，
Earlier, when you were in love,
等你對求你嘅丈夫、你嘅太太嘅時陣，
when you're pursuing your lover or beloved,
請問有嘥樣不？
do you think all of those things that you do for the person, is it wasteful?
有嘥樣不？
Is it a waste?
冇嘥樣啊！
I don't consider that wasteful.
你感覺這是特別啊？
You feel it's worthy
為咗得到你嘅太太，
because in pursuit of your future wife,
因為天嘅原因，
because of love,
未嘥樣啊！
I don't think it's wasteful.
我正喺講這個故事。
Let me tell you this story.
頂擺頭一擺我個牧師都出去嘅時陣，頭一擺見 day 嘅時陣，
Now, my first date with my wife,
呢個陣時有一對牧師了介紹，
somebody actually introduced me to my present wife.
所以咱四人去食物件。
So 4 of us would go to dine.
呢個陣時1990年
，That was
1990年，
that was year 1990.
呢陣嚟菲律賓2年。
I was in the Philippines just for about 2 years.
呢陣交後我嘅現金唔免講真艱苦。
The salary that I'm getting is not worth mentioning.
我四人去食一間餐館，
4 of us would go to that restaurant.
這個介紹人真無良心，
The 2 people who was the matchmakers,
係轉食我一頓，
they actually got a free ride.
坐我去一間菲律賓真真問題貴嘅餐館。
They brought me to a Filipino restaurant that I consider very expensive.
四個人一人食一個 steak。
Each one of us would get a piece of steak.
當巴拉嘅時陣，
When bill time comes,
是我2/3嘅現金，2/3嘅現金，
that is 2/3 of my monthly salary.
一頓食到2/3嘅現金。
That's just one meal, 2/3 of my salary.
我先咪講收落叫做兼食幾多咯。
I think this time I should start fasting.
但是
However,
我真甘心巴拉，
I paid
唔
willingly.
是嘥樣
I don't think it's a waste.
，it's a beautiful thing。
I still think it's a beautiful thing.
但是我少少，這個指標的確就接嚟最太太，
But I said, this person got to be my wife.
嗱唔是了子。
Or else, that's 2/3 of my salary.
It's a joke。當你聽一個人嘅時陣，
When you love someone,
未講是嘥樣，
you won't say it's wasteful.
你冇聽伊嘅時
If
陣，
you don't love the person,
小看物件都是嘥樣。
even the simplest thing, you consider that wasteful.
當耶穌死了以後，
After Jesus died,
我這個人叫做尼哥底廟，
Nicodemus,
而將100罐嘅香膏獻給耶穌。
he offered about 75 pounds of perfume.
你看咪？這個人獻1罐，
This person offered about 1 pound,
這個人獻100罐，
but somebody would offer like about 100 pounds.
啥較水？
What do you think is more beautiful?
你想未夠，
You never thought.
1罐係較水。
You will find that almost 1 pound, that one lesser amount is more beautiful.
為什麼？
Why?
因為尼哥底廟獻嘅100罐嘅香膏，只不過是善事，為使人莫辛苦。
Because this time Nicodemus, the one that he offered, he did it out of charity. He's a very rich man.
It's not a beautiful thing, it's a good thing only。
It's not a beautiful thing actually, but it's just a good thing.
但是瑪利亞獻嘅是1罐，卻是 beautiful thing，為活人獻香膏。
But the little amount that Mary offered, it's a beautiful thing because it's offered to a living person.
所以青年人啊，
Young man,
當你父母在世界嘅時陣，
as your parents are still alive,
好孝順你嘅父母
show some filial piety.
，it's a beautiful thing。
It's a beautiful thing.
你老父老爸就唔好死咯，
If he already passes away,
大追數禮拜，
no matter how elaborate the
鬼
ceremony
面啊你
would
自己開
be, no matter how many millions you
，it's
have,
not a beautiful thing。
it's no longer a beautiful thing.
Maybe just a good thing。
Maybe it's just a good thing
父母就冇地下咯啊，
because the parents are no longer around.
他哋嘅父母在世界嘅時陣，
As they are still alive,
好聽嘢
love them.
，it's a beautiful thing。
I say it's a beautiful thing.
耶穌在世界嘅時陣，
When Jesus was still in this world,
瑪利亞將香膏獻給耶穌
this time Mary offered the perfume to Jesus.
，it's a beautiful thing。
It's a beautiful thing.
廿二個這個戰爭，
The fall of Jericho, this
這個
battle,
分別最深嘅
this
戰
is
爭
a，consecrated battle.